Hey everybody, Steve here. Welcome to my guitar journey, and I'm pretty excited because today I got a new product that I've been laboring over which one to get for a long time for both this channel and my other channel, and I think that this is a product that a lot of musicians would be interested in, and here it is. All right, so the product is this ATEM Mini Pro. This is kind of a middle-of-the-road product. There is a ATEM Mini, which is half the price. This one essentially is a multi-camera switcher, but it's also a piece of hardware that will all by itself do live streaming straight to YouTube or Twitch or wherever it is that you're doing your live streaming to. So if you're live streaming music and you want to have multiple cameras and you want to just at the click of a switch to a different camera, this is what you're going to need. And as you can tell, I can't do that yet because the camera's right there and it's hanging on a tripod, and I'd like to quickly switch to an overhead, but I can't do that because this is still in the box. So what I'm going to do is what I always do, which is turn the camera off, move the camera around to the different place, and turn it back on to where it's got the top-down view, and I will continue the video then. But in a more ideally situation, I'll have a camera here and a camera up there, and I'll be able to click my fingers and switch from camera to camera. So here we go. All right, so I have to admit that took like 10 minutes to get the camera set up. And that's why this thing is so important, so that you can use more than one camera. And essentially, here's from my cell phone, this is essentially the way the camera is hanging. And of course, when it was facing towards me, it was looped all the way around on the other side of that 2x4. But this is essentially the setup right here to get this shot right here. And it sure would be nice to be able to not have to reset everything up every time I go to do a shot. So that's what this baby is going to do for us. And all right, so here we go. Official unboxing of the ATEM Mini Pro, and then we're going to use it. Let's see what we get here. We got a welcome thing that probably nobody reads, getting started. All right, so there's some good stuff there. Download instruction manual, software installer, a sticker, because stickers rule. Oh, DaVinci Resolve. You need DaVinci Resolve to do some serious color grading. So there's that. Looks like we've got outlets for whatever country that is, and for whatever country that is, and hey, look, American stuff. And then an outlet for whatever country that is. So, but that would be my assumption for the way that goes. Get these guys out of the way. And voila, there she is in all her glory. All right. Okay, so initial thoughts. It's heavy. It is nice and heavy. It feels sturdy. It feels professional. This is a plastic, not a metal, but it is that hard, good plastic, if that makes sense. If good plastic is a word, it's very hard and durable. The thing weighs. It's heavy, which is awesome because you don't want this thing sliding around with all the cords plugged into it. So let's take a look at what we got here. All right, so we've got power, we've got Ethernet, USB out, HDMI out, 4 inputs, 4 HDMI inputs for 4 cameras. And then the only drawback, as far as I see, from doing all my research, and what I was really torn on, was the 3.5 millimeter jacks for the mics. I would have much, much rather preferred having, even a 1/4 inch or XLR jacks here. Would have been really, really nice. I guess it's a space thing and a money thing. But you get what you get. You don't throw a fit. This was $600. The next step up was the Roland. I believe it was the Roland. I will subtitle it right here, what it is. That was $1,000, so another $400 for better mic inputs. So it is what it is. Very sturdy, very durable. It feels like a tool instead of a toy. And yeah, I guess there's nothing left to do but start plugging in my inputs so that I can start taking advantage of this thing. And it feels every bit as worth it. The ATEM Mini, I believe the interface looks very, very similar to this. It's half the price. The thing that this does is this has the ability to internally handle all your streaming for you. But anyhow, let's move on. All right, I'm back, and almost everything's plugged in. I don't have the camera that's shooting right now plugged in. It's actually still going through my old cam link, and the reason for that is because I gotta put the software on the machine. I've made some progress. I got a overhead shot right there, and then I've got that shot over there. And as you can see, I've got a monitor right here where I can monitor everything that's going on, the behind the scenes. So I've got two cameras hooked up here, and I'm shooting right now from a cell phone. And essentially this is a setup right here. I've got a camera and a light above for the down shot, and then I've got a camera over there in the corner for the me shot, and some the me light and the product light and the product light and the me light. And so that's kind of a feeling of what the setup looks like. So now I'm looking at that camera right there, and all I have to do is press the button and it goes back to the overhead camera. So pretty cool stuff. I could feasibly add 2 more cameras and get 2 more angles. I can monitor everything right here. You can see camera 1, camera 2, camera 3 is not on, camera 4 is not on. I'm getting audio information right here. This would be information if I were recording or streaming, and this is information about stream health. Essentially, this screen right here is how this is meant to be used in the field. And if you're in the field, all you need is an Ethernet connection and a connection to your cameras, and you're ready to go. This unit will stream directly to YouTube or Twitch or Facebook or wherever you want to stream to. You do not need an additional computer. Another feature that you can do is via the USB-C jack right here. You could actually plug in an SSD, and you can actually record directly to the SSD from it. All right, so I'm going to wrap things up right here. I never really intended for this to be anything more than just a real quick unboxing video. I haven't had this thing long enough to be qualified to be able to do any kind of review or deep dive into the functionality or features of it. But suffice it to say that if I were to have to bottom line it for you, think of this as a standalone streaming computer, because that's exactly what it is. Much like the Cam Link, which does a great job streaming 1 camera at a time, think of this as having the same capabilities and a lot more, because this is able to handle up to 4 cameras simultaneously. It's got 2 sound inputs. It's got a pretty deep menu as far as the sound capabilities are concerned. You can use the USB-C cable to actually record to a SSD, and it's 1-step streaming to YouTube or Twitch or Facebook or wherever you want to. All you need for that is a Ethernet cable and of course and a monitor so that you know what's going on. If you remember the beginning of the video, my first take, it took, what, 20 minutes to switch from back and forth and back and forth. So I'm just digging being able to do this. And I only have 2 cameras. I can't imagine how much fun it would be if I had 2 more cameras. But nonetheless, my initial thoughts are I'm very, very excited about this. The practical application for musicians is that if you want to make a music video, you could have 1 camera for each member of the band, and your director can switch back and forth. Just from an editing standpoint, I've made music videos before where we used 1 camera, and it was just take after take after take after take on each of the individual band members and slicing and dicing it all together. It's a nightmare. But I can see where this would truly, truly streamline something like this. And I'm excited to be able to put it through its paces. So long and drawn out, way longer than I ever wanted to go, but that's just kind of the way I am. I'm Steve. I'm going to sign off. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, and stick around, because I'm going to incorporate this baby with my Focusrite and Reaper and OBS software, and I've got all kinds of plans on incorporating all of this stuff and making some cool things happen. So I'll see you later.